and you see now that you've been wrongly arrested, mistakes have been made. You have a very common name, and there are a gajillion Francisco Martinez's out there.
This man was brought into court for a crime he didn't commit. He didn't even speak English and had to rely on an interpreter just to understand what was happening. From start to finish, the whole situation felt like a bureaucratic nightmare that nearly destroyed his life. The arrest? A complete mistake. It turned out that someone else with the exact same name had an active warrant, and he was the one who got taken in. But here's the frightening part. What if no one had caught the error in time? It really makes you think how many people might be sitting in jail right now because of something as simple as a name mix-up. And is the system actually built to catch those kinds of mistakes quickly enough? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's dive into the hearing and see how it all unfolded.
Morning, Mr. Martinez. You have a very common name, and there are a gajillion Francisco Martinez's out there. There's an unfortunately, there is someone wanted in that jurisdiction that has your name, and you see now that you've been wrongly arrested. You're going to be released today. The fear is that this continues to happen. So I don't know. There are methods out there. And Mr. Kim, you say there's a letter that he can get.
Yes.
What we're going to do is, I cannot give you legal advice, but I'm going to have your lawyer that we've appointed to represent you tell you how you can take care of this so that it doesn't happen again. So we're going to process you out. You should be out within hopefully the next 4 to 6 hours. Ricardo will tell you how to go about getting a letter so that this doesn't happen again. Do you have any questions? Did you want to add anything, Ricardo?
It's fair to say, Judge, it's just a bad situation.
This es dificultoso decidir que este señor fue arrestado preso y no es mío.
Not a good situation.
Yeah, I mean, mistakes have been made, and I don't know, I guess the arresting officer, I don't understand why they wouldn't do just a little bit deeper dive.
Well, when they're on the field and it's obviously an arrest in the evening, is us being one of the few agencies that's truly 24/7, is that they can only confirm by teletype for whatever the fugitive division is. And so with it's most commonly name and date of birth, and statistically that should narrow it down, but it's just, I mean, because you can't take photos, or you can't send
have mobile apices
for that when they get processed in, but that only brings them in for, again, the same name and date of birth, but you can't trade mugshots with the demanding jurisdiction. Because the teletypes can't support images. And so ultimately it's only what the text is, and that text is the name and date of birth. So
And on that sense, Judge, would his fingerprint goes with
that's what and that's why I was, they've got these mobile apices that
the mobile thing where they could just test them and see if it's his prints or not.
sure, but the majority of warrants, the way they're sent by teletype, again, a thumbprint can't be imaged in a teletype.
I got you.
So even if, so yes, there is a thumbprint, but there's no way
the
to.
thumbprint should be able to verify who this person is, whether they have the correct date of birth.
But
Mugshots.
But that only corresponds to the warrant for the demanding jurisdiction if they have something to match it against. So that's the issue is, yes, it can pull it up on our side, but it's the same way even for our parole violations is they can't check on scene, especially at 1 a.m. That's why we're the second check, is that we're able to verify if there's a thumbprint, mugshot, etc.
You're going to be released here momentarily. I'll have Ricardo tell you how to take the next steps though, okay? All right, good luck, Mr. Martinez. Thank you.
I think we still need a person, a different one from Mr. Diaz.
This is the kind of thing that really sticks with you. This man sat in jail for something he didn't do simply because his name matched someone else's in the system. He didn't resist. He didn't cause a scene. He just stood there, quietly, trying to process how easily his life got turned upside down. And then came the most unsettling part. The judge calmly acknowledged that the system has no reliable way to prevent this from happening. That alone should be deeply concerning. You'd think with today's technology facial recognition, Fingerprint databases, mistakes like this would be avoidable. But no. In many places, it still comes down to name and date of birth. Like it's 1985. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Because, honestly, this raises some serious questions about how many people have been and still are caught in this kind of system failure.
How come you know where your boat's at today?
No, I don't know.
Oh, sir,
No.
my bad, my
It's
bad.
okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
Hey,
sorry.
It's okay. You know what? How are you?
Amazing,
I'm sorry?
amazing, sir.
I hope. I really hope. You know, you've got a lot of stuff going on. And wow. All resolved.
All resolved.
What happened?
I know it.
Everything got dismissed.
Everything's done.
So no more probation.
No more probation. I'm tired of that.
Did you learn anything? If you learn one thing leaving here today, Mr. Copeland, patience. Patience goes so far in life. When you are confronted with someone who's an a-hole, exercise patience. You know, it don't matter. Even if you're right and they're wrong, with your record, if a cop rolls up to you, they will probably hard-pressed to take your side because of your record, you know? But if you exercise patience, right, or walk away, if you see a situation that's getting out of control, it's really going to serve you well, you know? I cannot tell you how lucky you are, really, that you're with this. You were on probation for an aggravated robbery with where was it, the arson?
Arson.
Yeah.
Your Honor, he took a 10-month jail on the MAJ for the arson.
Is that what it is? But he's got sufficient credit that you're probably walking out of here today, right, Mr. Cope? But what I'm saying is patience goes a long way. Even, you know, if you get into a pissing match with an officer, anyone that has a power of arrest, who's going to win? Right. Every single time. I don't care if you're right. I don't care if you're wrong. You're still going to get it. So just patience. Tuck your tail. And, you know, if you ever have an issue, come back to me and I'll help you too. If you ever need help, come back to me here and I'll do what I can to help you out. If you need, you know, shelter. I mean, I can't give you money, but,
Housing.
you know, whatever. If someone's messing with you in life, come back to me. We can try to work it out somehow. You know, I can give you a lawyer. We can work things out somehow, some way.
This moment honestly caught me off guard. The defendant's entire attitude shifted in seconds. One moment, he was quiet and respectful. The next, he casually mentions that everything else was dismissed, like it was no big deal. He did plead guilty to a DWI, but he got credit for time already served. Then came something unexpected. The judge took a moment to offer some real advice. It wasn't just about the case anymore. He spoke about patience, staying calm, and walking away from situations that could lead to trouble. It was surprisingly genuine and almost wholesome, especially considering the charges that brought this man into court in the first place. You don't expect courtroom proceedings to take on the tone of a life coaching seminar. But for a brief moment, that's exactly what it felt like. What do you think? Have you ever seen a moment like this in court? Let me know in the comments.
But patience, man, you know, it really goes a long way.
I'm just serious as you asked me what I've learned. I've started to let things go more than I did 2 years ago.
It's great.
I've started to just learn to let things go instead of, even if someone does something that sometimes you just gotta walk away. Like I'm dead serious about that. I'm not joking.
You know what that's called, right? Mature. You're growing up. And part of growing up is the fact that you recognize, hey, shit, if I get into this situation, I'm not going to win. You get into it with them, you're never going to win. It doesn't matter. So just don't. Walk away. Come here. I'll talk with you. We'll hang out. Whatever we need to do. The other thing is this, is that if you're ever in a car you smell like dope, you smell like alcohol, it's not going to go well too. You're pleading now to this DWI. This DWI is going to go on your record. Understand that from evermore, you get pulled over, you smell funky, it's not going to go well. You understand?
Yes.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement, Mr. Cope. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country. You're giving up the right to appeal. When you plead guilty, that's it. I want to let you know one more thing. So what did he ultimately plead to?
So he ultimately pled on the MAJ for the arson. He pled to the 10-month state jail sentence.
So you pled to a state jail felony, or does he have a third degree on your record? Because I want you to understand that if you have a third degree on your record and you pick up a serious felony, the next time you could be a potential 15 to life case. So that's why I'm saying if you pick up a serious felony, it could be a minimum of 15 years. All right. How do you plead to the offense of DWI?
I plead guilty to driving while intoxicated.
I'll find you guilty. I'll sentence you to it. What are we doing?
3 days for 120.
So 3 days, 121? 121 days credit, Mr. Cope. I really wish you the best of luck, man. I hope you go out there, start working, killing it, making a ton of money. You know, really, that's what life's about, buying nice things, right? Get out there and make the world a better place, all right?
How come you know where your boat's at today?
No, I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I'm my bad. My
It's
bad.
okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
it's okay. You know what? I got to change it up, you know?
Okay.
But we're trying to look good for you. All right, my friend.
Thank you, Your
Take
Honor. Thank you.
care. 180 days driver license suspension. Yeah, please.
This entire video felt like an emotional roller coaster. We saw one man nearly get crushed by the system over a simple name mix-up, and then the same courtroom, another person with a serious criminal history walked away with a break after cracking a joke. Moments like these really make you wonder, how much of what happens in court is strictly law, and how much comes down to timing, tone, or even mood? Because the truth is, one mistaken ID or one bad decision can completely alter the course of someone's life. It raises a real question: does our justice system truly protect the innocent, or does it just move people through like numbers on a file? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy courtroom breakdowns like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I post new content every single day, and your support really means a lot. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, everyone.